All those streetlights glowing happen to be just like moments passing in front of me. Okay, streetlights are kind of crazy. Not the song, but in real life. One thing about them that I always realize whenever I'm outside at a nightly hour is that the color of a streetlight changes the whole entire like mood of the road you're on. Streetlights are 10 times more powerful than the vibes of the houses, right? Every single house could be run down, but the color of the streetlight could make it look beautiful still. Every single house could look beautiful and pristine, but the color of the streetlight could make it look eerie, you know, a little spooky. The subdivisions I live by, for some reason, are like not owned by the same people, I guess. So one street will be no streetlights. Then a street connecting will be like orange colored streetlights. And then like 2 streets down, it will go into like a blue colored, like a bluey white. And then another road will be all white, right? And then you'll have like some crosses will be like orange streetlights and then just white streetlights. It's like, what's going on? Pick one. But there's like psychology that goes into that type of stuff, and I don't care for the psychology. I did at one point. I looked into it, but like I don't know. What am I to do about it? You know, I'm gonna put on sunglasses at night and go outside? No. That's also not the main point of this video. I just wanted to talk about how it can always kind of change things, you know? Streetlights are always on this like, you know, like they were the first nonchalance that ever were thing, and now they're cringy, gang. What are they doing? Posting up, just like setting the vibe every single day. Like, no, stop. Let someone else do it. And sometimes that's just what they do. Sometimes they do let someone else do it, like me, okay? Even unwillingly. I want to come clear before I talk about this and say I do not have any crazy mental problems that cause me to hallucinate, see things, or believe things that are not real, okay? I promise you. But this is the one thing in my life that I always think about as like a so like odd coincidence, I guess. Ever since I was able to Google things, I have known about this one thing that has to do, what's it called? Okay, it's called streetlight interference, SLI, right? I remember first looking into that like so long, like, oh my god, like I didn't even know how to fully speak English yet, and I was already learning about that. The reason why would be because every single Sunday I would be at my grandma's house and we would stay until after dark because we'd be with the fam, right? It would be before school week, before work week. So we wanted to spend a lot of time, a little extra time when we could. And we would get home late. Every single time we would be on the street nearing the driveway, this street light would shut off. And even when I was younger, I wasn't like, I wasn't insane, right? I wasn't psychotic. I didn't think like, oh my God, am I Jesus? No. I was just like, oh, is it like motion? I wanted to genuinely know what was going on in like a curiosity way, because it would just happen all the time, right? And I would bring it up to other people and they would just be like, shut up, because, you know, like I sound insane. Like, yeah, we're not in a movie, Blake. Be quiet. The streetlights are not talking to you. But it just kept on happening all the time, and it wasn't the same one. If we went from a different direction at a different time from a different place on a different day, it didn't even have to be Sunday. It would be a different time, different week, different month, and it would happen over and over and over and over and over. Fast forward, and I start gaining some autonomy over my life, right? I started going on bike rides. I started going on walks. I started going on runs. I started going like places on my own. And I would find the same phenomenon. And what made it really weird is, like when I went on bike rides, for example, it would be like the same streetlights, but they wouldn't be near each other. So if it was one streetlight every time, okay, I would think there has to be something motion censored or like, you know what I mean? Like there's something going on, obviously. It could be easily explained. But when it's like 2 of the orange ones, 1 of the blue ones, like it's like they're like scattered around in different places, there's no reason why 8 streetlights would be non-motion censored and then all of a sudden just 1 is. Like, no, that's not what's going on here. It's either all or nothing. It's either most or not. Like there's not just going to be 1 exception. And then 2 streets down, there's going to be another one. Like, no, they're not doing that. But I'm sure there was some times where a streetlight might be activated or might have shut off when I went next to it and it had nothing to do with me. Of course. But like out of the amount of times it's happened, it's It's just odd, man. It puts me off, right? And it really made me think sometimes, like, is there something going on, right? Like, how do you not think that after that many things going on, right? But I never did anything because of it. I never, like, started breaking them down. I never went insane. I just kind of went, like, let's just act like they're my friends, right? So that's what I would make myself believe, is that it was something good trying to communicate with me. And then that made me feel okay. So then I wasn't scared of them. It would just happen. But then, like, I would say it started happening all the time when I first went on bike rides. So, like, when COVID was happening was when I, like, fell in love with bike riding the most. And ever since, it stuck with me. I still like bike riding. But that's when it was, like, every day, and it would be for hours and hours and hours all the time, right? But whenever it would become the PM hours, there would always be some streetlights gang that would always be acting up when I go near them. Sometimes it would be just one just that looks completely normal, right? I've seen cars pass streetlights and they would be perfectly fine, but then I go past it and it will shut off. And then I go past it more and it turns back on. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what's going on? Okay? And if you think that's insane, if you think this is some bit, right? I know I have some videos where I'm acting and stuff, but I will throw up evidence right now as I'm talking about this. I literally come in here and I'm like worried one's gonna shut off, and like that little one by the building, like you can see like those ones are on, but like there was like one by the building right there. It shut off. As soon as it shut off, I looked at it. I was like scared because it shut off. And then this fucking light, you can't really see it in the dark, but there was a white lamp or whatever, street lamp that shut off. Like you see the one right there is on, and then there's a few over there on. All those ones are on, but then this one shuts off, and then as soon as that one shuts off, the one next to it shuts on. You see the one right there is on, and then there's a few over there on. You're never gonna guess what just happened, right? So street lights, you know, you can literally watch in the video I show in front of me, you know, all of them are on or whatever. Okay, I'm literally just gonna record it, but then I know if I record it, it's not gonna happen. Look at this street light. Can you see the street light? Can you see? You can see that, right? You see the one right there is on, right there. You see the one right there is on. There's a street light. It shut off. And I literally showed in front of me, it was on. You see the one right there is on, and then there's a few over there on. I stopped the video, play Lil Mosey. I'm going forward, shuts off as soon as I turn the corner. Oh my god, dude, you just saw the video, I saved it, you can watch it again. All the lights on this side were on, all the lights on this one just shut off. So, street lights, you know, you can literally watch in the video I show in front of me, you know, all of them are on or whatever. It literally just shut off as I came close to it. Like, dude, I swear. No way. Bro, the one by the corner over there is off. You literally saw it. Side were on. All the lights on this one just shut off. You literally saw it. You literally saw it on video. Behind me it was on. I literally showed behind me it was on. It is off now. Look at behind me. Side were on. All the lights on this. Look at behind me. It is off. There's not a single one on. It's like a blue color. Look, it's like those. Dude, what the fuck? I'm just saying this thing. I'm not gonna record every single time this happens. But this means a total of what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 just shut off as I turned in here. 5 streetlights shut off. Even if they didn't shut off because of me, 5 streetlights in a parking lot when all the rest are on, that's not normal. That shouldn't happen anyways, you know? Like, even if it's not because of me, like, that's just not normal. Like, that's what makes me really think, like, this is just so weird. Like, if it was, like, one, that'd be different. But, like, each one, like, that's insane. I'm just accepting it at this point, dude. I'm literally, like, what? The video I'm showing is most likely going to be an older one. But the reason I'm making this video is because it happened again, right? And it happened with a different one. It happened with a different streetlight. And I caught it on video. I caught proof of it turning on when I went away. I went near it again, and it would turn off, right? Or it would be the opposite, or I went near it to turn on. I don't know. I haven't seen the video. It was from like a week ago. But it was a continuous video, no cuts in it, and it caught the same thing happening over and over again. And I was like, what? I'm like, what is going on? it looks like it would be motion censored. But then why are all the other ones not motion censored? And then there was one time where a car pulled in and it didn't act upon it. Its headlights were shining right at it. If the car's headlights are shining at the streetlight and doesn't affect it, how come my presence does? Right? So I was kind of like, yo, what? And then I've been debating making this video because I don't want to seem insane, right? I was like, there's got to be some logical proof to it, but it happens all the time. I'll go on a bike ride and it'll be one of the OG ones that just is flickering on and off again. During the past like 3-4 years, I've talked to so many people about it, and all I've had to just keep being like, it's like, I promise, gang, I'm not trying to go insane here, right? I don't want to enter some episode. Right, I'm trying to be pretty grounded, but if every time I'm trying to not think about it, it happens, it's like I'm gonna think about it. But oh my God bless your guys' heart if you were one of the people who I was sending snaps to freaking out because I caught streetlights trying to talk to me, you know, at 11 p.m. at night in a random parking lot. But one good thing I wanted to connect here is like the feelings I get with the streetlights that turn on and off changes depending on what colors they are. So if it'll be like a blue or a white one and they turn on and off, it like feels so, like it feels like a blink, right? Like it feels so much of like a sharp change. But when it's like an orange one that might shut off or turn on, it feels like sad. Or when it turns on, it feels like empowering, right? Like it has so much more like ooh to it, where the white ones are more of like a tss. So it's like a different type of feeling for each one. And it's kind of beautiful. I always picture different ones are saying different things. Obviously, I know they're not. In my head, I am not hearing words that the streetlights are trying to say to me. No. But like I picture like if they were alive, just what they would be saying, you know? I don't hear it though. They're not alive. The streetlights are not trying to talk to me. They're not real. They're not real. They're not real. They're not real.
Lightning.
It did it. Not to dox myself, but my street isn't straight, and where my house is, you can see 2 streetlights. One time I came home from the way of one of the streetlights, and it shut off. And then it was off for like weeks. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I would come home the next day, and it would already be off. And then I'll come home the next day, it would already be off. And then, like, normally it would be off too. Like, even when I'm not bike riding. So those moments would make me feel weird, because it's one thing for a streetlight to shut off and then turn back on. It's another thing to have it turn off when you go next to it and then it stays off for weeks. Because you think about how you're affecting other people now. I'm thinking about how much of a burden I am on my neighbors because the streetlight shuts off when I go next to it. But one time, the most memorable time I have about it is after like a week of one being off, I was like, what if I went the other way? And then that one went off, okay? There were 0 streetlights on this part of my street where my house was. But then on the other end of the street, there were streetlights still on. The street connecting had streetlights all on. The other end of the other side of the street had streetlights, right? Same thing on the connecting street, streetlights. So streetlights all around until you get to my house, and then it just happens to be the 2 next to it off. Like, I remember this happening and being like, what is going on, right? But I couldn't just talk to someone about it because they're going to be like, are you psychotic? Right? And I understand. If someone talked to me about it, I would think they're like schizophrenic or something. But I swear, gang. And now I got the proof. So it's like, hey, you never know. The aliens could be real. Blue whales. Narwhals.
Listening.
And megalodons. Anyways, let me know if you've had similar experiences or if you think I am insane and I should have a diagnosis be set because oh no, am I going sicko mode? Sorry, but yeah, be honest with me down below. I won't get upset. I won't freak out as much as I do from the streetlights. I don't actually think anything is going on. I do think it's just funny because I've actually had moments of my life where I was like what is going on? Like it felt kind of crazy. But as time has passed, I've realized I don't think I'm trying to be communicating with. And if they were trying to communicate with me, hey, I don't know the language, so you should speak up more. Like this video so more people can see how normal I am and all the normal things that happen to me, right? Subscribe so you're more likely to be shown this normal content in the future. And last but not least, stream my normal music on anywhere you want. Music, anywhere. Blakey, all plats. Blakey, music.